Hi friends, now we will see another GATE paper, that is GATE 2018, right? So again I'll be telling the answers only. Okay, so let's start with the first question. From where are they beginning their books dash bringing dash books from dash? So the word the best fill the blanks in the above sentence is what? So for this our answer is B, that is from where are they beginning their books, right? They are beginning their books from there. All right, so the answer will be this one, B. Yeah. Now the next question is, a dash investigation can sometimes yield new facts, but typically organized ones are more successful. The word that best fills the blank in the above sentence is, so for the second our answer is A, the meandering. So a meandering investigation can sometimes yield new facts, but typically organized ones are more successful. Question number 3 is, the area of a square is D. What is the area of the circle that has the diagonal of the square its diameter? So for 3 our answer is D, that is this one, 1/2 pi d. Question number 4 is that what would be the smallest natural number which when divided either by 20 or by 42 or by 76 leaves a remainder of 7 in each case? So for 4 our answer is C, that is 7987. Question number 5 is, what is the missing number in the following sequence? So again you will have to find a pattern and then you will get the missing number in the sequence. So for now the answer is B, that is 1440. Now the question number 6 is, in preparation of the social improvements completed in a town, a wealthy philanthropist decided to gift rupees 750 to each male senior citizen in the town and rupees 1000 to each female senior citizen. Altogether there were 300 senior citizens eligible for the gift. However, only 8/9 of the eligible men and 2/3 of the eligible women claimed the gift. How much money in rupee did the philanthropist give away in a total? So for 6 our answer will be B, is this expression, right? So this is not true for X or NX nor. Consider the following processor design characteristic. Okay, one is register to register arithmetic operation only, fixed length instruction format, hardwired control unit. Which of the characteristic above are used in the design of RISC processor? So for 5th our answer will be D, that is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, let n be an NFA with n state. Let k be the number of state of the minimal DFA, which is equivalent to n. Which one of the following is necessarily true? So for 6 our answer will be D, that is k is less than equals to 2 to the power n. The set of all recursively enumerable language for 7 our answer will be B, that is B, closed under intersection. Which one of the following statement is false? So here we have to find the false statement. So for 8 our answer is again B, that is type checking is done before passing. Okay, so this statement is false. Now the following are some events that occurs after a device control issue and interrupt while possess L is under execution. So for 9 our answer will be A, the processor faces the process status of L onto the control stack. Okay, so here our answer, so here our answer for 9 our answer will be A, that is Q. So for 9, which one of the following is the correct order in which the event above occurs? So for the correct order, this is QPTRS. First Q, the processor finishes the execution of the current instruction. All right, then P, the processor pushes the process status of L onto the control stack. Then T, the processor loads the new PC value based on the interrupt. Then next is the R, that is the processor execute the interrupt service routine, and last is as the processor pops the process's status of L from the control stack. Now 10 is consider a process execution on an operating system that uses demand paging. The average time for a memory access in the system is M unit if the corresponding memory page is available in memory, and D unit if the memory access causes a page fault. It has been experimentally measured that the average time taken for memory access in the process is X unit. Which one of the following is the correct expression for the page fault rate experienced by the process? So for 10, the answer is B, that is this one. Now 11, in an entity relationship ER model, suppose R is a many-to-many relationship from entity set E1 to entity set E2. Assume that E1 and E2 participate totally in R and that the cardinality of E1 is greater than the cardinality of E2. Which one of the following is true about R? So for 11, our answer will be A. Every entity in E1 is associated with exactly one entity in E2. For 12, consider the following two table and four queries in SQL. So book ISBN, right, and book name, stock is BN, and copies. So now which one of the query above is certain to have an output that is a superset of the output of the other three queries? So for 12, our answer will be D, that is query 4. That is select B, this one, from book. B, full outer join stock S on this. Now match the following. So for 13, when we matched, we got the answer as C here. P is 4, that is UDP header port number is 32, right? I is Q is first, that is Ethernet MAC address is 48, and IPv4 next header is our second, that is 8, and TCP header sequence number is 416. Now 14, consider the following statement regarding the slow start phase of the TCP congestion control algorithm. Note that CWND stand for the TCP congestion window and MSS denotes the maximum segment size, right? Which one of the following is correct? So for 14, our answer will be C, that is only 4 is correct, which is saying the CWND approximately doubles every round trip time. Now 15, two people P and Q decide to independently roll out identical dice, each with 6 faces numbered 1 to 6. The person with the lower number wins. In case of a tie, the roll the dice repeatedly until there is no tie. Define a tile as a throw of the dice by P and Q. Assume that all 6 numbers in each dice are equiprobable and that all trials are independent. The probability rounded to 3 decimal places that one of the wins on the third trial is. So for 15, our answer will be 0.021 to 0.024. Okay. Now 16, the value of this correct to 3 decimal places, assuming that pi equal to 3.14 is what? So for 16, our answer will be 0.27 to 0.30. 17 is consider a matrix, this one, where U equals to this, V equals to this. Note that V transpose denotes that transpose of V. The largest eigenvalues of A is, so 17, our answer is 3. The chromatic number of the following graph is what? 3. So here we will get 3 as a chromatic number. Let G be a finite group on 84 elements. The size of largest possible proper subgroup of G is, so for 19, our answer will be 42. The post-order traversal of a binary tree is this. The in-order traversal of the same tree is this. The height of a tree is the length of the longest path from the root to any leaf. Okay. The height of any binary tree above is. So when we will form the binary tree for this, we will get a height of 4. Right. So the answer will be 4 here. Consider the following C program. Okay. So this is the program that we have. The output of the program is, so when you will solve this question, again you will get the answer for this as 4, right? Now consider the sequential circuit shown in the figure where the both flip-flop used are positive age trigger D flip-flop. Okay, so the number of stats in the state transition diagram of this circuit that have a transition back to the same state on some value of in s. So for 22 we will get answer as 2. A 32-bit wide main memory unit with a capacity of 1 GB is built using 256 by 4-bit DRAM right chips. So the number of rows of memory cells in the DRAM chips is 2 to the power 14. The time taken to perform one refresh operation is 50 nanoseconds. The refresh period is 2 milliseconds. The percentage rounded to the closest integer of the time available for performing the memory read-write operation in the main memory unit is. So for 23 we will have answer as 59.0. 24 is considered a system with 3 processes that share 4 instances of the same resource type. Each process can request a maximum of k instance resources. Instance can be requested and released only one at a time. The largest value of k that will always avoid deadlock is. So for 24 we will have answer as 2. Consider a long-lived TCP session with an end-to-end bandwidth of 1 Gbps equals to 10 to the power 9 bits per second. The session starts with a sequence number of 1, 2, 3, 4. The minimum time in second rounded to the closest integer before the sequence number can be used again is. So for 25 our answer is 34. Now consider a matrix P whose only eigenvector are the multiple of 1, 4. Consider the following statement. P does not have an inverse. P has a repeated eigenvalues. P cannot be diagonalized. Which one of the following option is correct? So for 26 our answer is D. That is only second and third are necessarily true. Let n be the set of natural number. Consider the following set. So for 27 our answer will be D, that is P, Q and S. So P is set of rational number positive and negative, Q is set of functions from 0, 1 to n, and S is set of finite subset of n. Consider the first order logic sentence. Theta is this one where this is a quantifier free first order logic formula using only predicate symbol and possibly quality but no function symbol. Suppose theta has a model with a universe containing 7 elements. Which one of the following statement is necessarily true? So for 28 our answer will be A, that is there exists at least one model of theta with the universe of size less than or equal to 3. Consider the following C program. 29, this one. Okay, the output of the program above is, for 29 our answer will be A again. That is high by high. So when you will run this program you will get the answer. You should run or hit and trial with the program. Let G be a simple unidirected graph. Let TD be a depth first search tree for G. Let T be a breadth first search tree of G. Consider the following statement. No edge of G is a cross edge with respect to TD. A cross edge in G is between two nodes, neither of which is an encaster of the other in 2D. For every edge uv of G, if u is at depth I and v is at depth j in TB, then ij equals to 1. So which one of the above statement must be necessarily true? So for 30 our answer will be A, that is only 1. Next question is, assume that multiplying a matrix G1 of dimension P into Q with another matrix G2 of dimension P Q into R requires PQR scalar multiplications. Computing the product of n matrices G1, G2, G3 and Gn can be done by parenthesizing in different way. Define Gi plus 1 as an explicitly computed pair for a given parenthesization of they are directly multiplied. For example, in the matrix multiplication chain G1 to G6 using parenthesization, and G5, G6 are the only explicitly computed pairs. So consider a matrix multiplication chain F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 where matrices F1, F2, F3, F4 and F5 are of dimension 2 into 25, 25 into 3, this one respectively. In the parenthesization of this one, the minimized the total number of scalar multiplication the explicitly computed pair is. So for 31 our answer will be C, that is F3 F4 only. Consider the following C codes. Assume that unsigned long int type length is 64 bit. So for 34 our answer will be B, right? If you run this program, so you will get as 5, because the 5 will be the return value when we will call the function with the input 2 to the power 40. Now 33 is considered the unassigned 8-bit fixed point binary number represented below. So this is the representation where the position of the binary point is between B3 and B2. Assume B7 is the most significant bit. Some of the decimal number listed below cannot be represented exactly in the above representation. So for 33 our answer will be C, that is this one. Only third, fourth cannot be exactly represented, right? So these are the third and fourth. 34 is the size of the physical address space of a processor is 2 to the power p bytes. The word length is 2 to the power w byte. The capacity of cache memory is 2 to the power n bytes. The size of each cache block is 2 to the power m words. For a k-way set associative cache memory, the length in number of bits of the tag field is. So for 34 our answer will be B, that is p minus n plus log k base 2. Consider the following language. So which of the language above are context free? So for 35 our answer will be B, that is 1 and 2 only. So 1 and 2 are context free. Consider the following problem. LG denotes the language generated by a grammar G. LM denote the language accepted by a machine M. So for 36 again our answer will be D, that only 1, 2 and 3 are undecidable. So for 1, for an unrestricted grammar G and a string W, whether W belongs to LG. Second, given a Turing machine M, whether LM is regular. Third, given two grammar G1 and G2, whether LG1 equals to LG2. A lexical analyzer uses the following patterns to recognize three tokens T1, T2 and T6. T1, T2 and T3 over the alphabet. This note the X means 0 or one occurrence of the symbol X. Note also that the analyzer output the token that matches the longest possible prefix. If the string this is processed by the analyzer, which of the following is the sequence of token output? So for 37 our answer will be D, that is T3, T3. Now next question is, consider the following parse tree for the expansion, this one involving two binary operators, this and $and hash. Now which one of the following is correct for the given parse tree? So for 38 our answer is A. Dollar has higher precedent and is left associative, whereas hash is right associative. For 39, in a system there are three types of resources E, F and G. Four processes P0, P1, P2 and P3 execute concurrently. At the outset the processes have declared their maximum resources requirement using a matrix named max as given below. For example, this is the maximum number of instances of F that P2 would require. The number of instances of the resources allocated to the various processes at any given state is given by a matrix named allocation. Consider a state of the system with the allocation matrix as shown below, and in which 3 instances of E and 3 instances of F are the only resources available. From the respective of deadlock avoidance, which one of the following is true? So for 39 the answer is A, that is the system is in safe state. Consider the following solution to the pre-order consumer synchronization problem. The shared buffer size is n. Their semaphore empty, full and mutex are defined with the respective initial value of 0, n and 1. Semaphore empty denote the number of available slot in the buffer for the consumer to read from. Right now semaphore full denote the number of available slot in the buffer for the producer to write to the placeholder variable denoted by P, Q, R and S. In the code below can be assigned either empty or full. The valid semaphore operation are wait and signal. So producer is this and consumer is this. Now which one of the following statements to P, Q, R and S will yield the correct solution? So for 40 our answer is C. You can run this producer and consumer section and get the answer. So P full, Q empty, R empty, S full. Now consider the relation RAB and SBC, where SB is a primary key and RB is a foreign key referencing SB. Consider the query. So for 41 it is saying let L0J denote the natural left outer join operation. Assume that R and S contain no null values. Which one of the following queries is not equivalent to Q? So for 41 our answer is C, that is this expression is not equivalent to Q. 42 is consider the following four relational schema. For this scheme, all non-trivial function dependency are listed. The underlying attribute are the respective primary key. So this is schema 1, schema 2, schema 3 and schema 4. Which of the relational schema above in the 3NF but not in BCNF? I hope you remember that to get the BCNF, the condition or the relational schema should match with 1NF, 2NF and 3NF, right? So it is saying it should be in 3NF but not in BCNF. So for 42 our answer is B, that is schema 2, this one. This is in 3NF but not in BCNF. 43 is let G be a graph with 100 vertices, with each vertices labeled by a distinct permutation of the number 1 to 200. There is an edge between vertices U and V if and only if the label of U can be obtained by swapping two adjacent number in the label of V. Let Y denote the degree of vertices in G and G denote the number of connected component in G. Then Y plus 10Z equals to what? So for 43 our answer is 109. Now 44, consider Guwahati G and Delhi D, whose temperature can be classified as high H, medium M and low L. Let PHG denote the probability that Guwahati has high temperature. Similarly, PMG and PLG denote the probability of Guwahati having medium and low temperature respectively. Similarly, we use this and for Delhi, the following table gives the conditional probability for Delhi temperature given Guwahati temperature, right? This one. Now consider the first row in the table above. The first entry denote that if Guwahati has high temperature Hg, then the probability of Delhi also having a high temperature Hd is 0.40. So that is this one. Similarly, the next two entries are this one and this one. Similarly for other two rows. If it is known that PHG is equal to this, PMG equals to this, LG equals to this, then the probability that Guwahati has higher temperature given the Delhi has high temperature. So for 44 our answer is 0.60 as this is a numerical type question, right? So you will have to write that. Question number 45 is consider the following program written in pseudocode. Assume that x and y are integers. So for 45 our answer will be once. So for 45, the number of times that the print statement is executed by the call count 1024 and 1024. That means we are calling this function. So at last we will get the answer as 10230. Okay, when you will solve this, you will get the same answer. And if you already done, I hope you remember how did you get that. The number of possible minimum heap containing each value from this exactly once is, so for 46 our answer is 80, that it's 80. Consider the following undirected graph G. Choose a value for x that will maximize the number of maximum weight spanning tree, that is this one, and the number of MWST minimum weight spanning tree of G for the value of x is, so for 47 our answer is 4. Okay, Now 48 is consider the weight and value of item listed below. Note that there is only one unit of each item. So the risk is to pick a subset of these items such that their total weight is no more than 11 kg and their total value is maximized. Moreover, no item may be split. The total value of item picked by an optimal algorithm is denoted by VOPT. A greedy algorithm sort the item by their value to weight ratio in descending order and packs them greedily, starting from the first item in the order list. So the total value of item picked by the greedy algorithm is denoted by V greedy. Now the value of V opt minus V greedy is, so for 48 our answer is 16. Next question is consider the minimum list from form of a boolean function f given below. Right, this one. Now here m denotes a main term and d denotes a don't care term. The number of essential prime implicants of the function f is, so for 49 our answer will be 3. The instruction pipeline of RISC processor has the following stage: instruction fetch IF, instruction decode ID, operand fetch OF, perform operation PO, and write back WB. So the IF, ID, OF and WB stage take 1 clock cycle each for every instructions. Consider a sequence of 100 instruction in the PO stage. 40 instruction take 3 clock cycle each, 35 instruction take 2 clock cycle each, and the remaining 25 instruction take 1 clock cycle each. Assume that there are no data hazard and no control hazards. So the number of clock cycle required for completion of execution of the sequence of instruction is, so for 50 our answer will be 219, that is 219. 51 is a processor has 16 integers R1 to R15, sorry, R0 to R15 and 64 floating point register, right? So F0, F1, F2, F63. It uses 2-byte instruction format. There are 4 category of instruction. This one category consists of 4 instruction each with the 3 integer register operand 3 RS. So which category consists of 8 instruction each with 2 floating point register operands. Type 3 category consists of 4 instruction each with 1 integer register operand and 1 floating point register operand. So type 4 category consists of n instructions each with a floating point register operand. So the maximum value of n is, so for 51 our answer will be 32. Given language L, defined Li as follows. So this is the order of a language L is defined as the smallest k such that L to the power k equals to L to the power k plus 1. Consider the language L1 over alphabet except by the following automation. So for 52 our answer will be 2. Right, the order of L1 is 2. 53 is considered the storage disk with 4 platers, number these cylinder, right, and the 256 sector per track. Okay, the following 6 disk requests of the form, this one, are received by the disk controlled at the same time. So these are the given. Now currently the head is positioned at sector number 100 of cylinder 80 and moving towards a higher cylinder number. The average power dissipation in moving the head over 100 cylinder is 20 milliwatts, and for reversing the direction of the head movement once is 15 milliwatt. Power dissipation associated with the rotational latency and switching of the head between different platers is negligible. The total power consumption in milliwatts to satisfy all of the above disk requests using the shortest seek time first disk scheduling algorithm is, so for 53 our answer is 85. So you can solve this and get this if you haven't already. Consider an IP packet with a length of 4500 bytes that include a 20 byte IPv4 header and a 40 byte TCP header. The packet is forwarded to an IPv4 router that support a maximum transmission unit MTU of 600 byte. Assume that the length of the IP header in all the outgoing fragment of this packet is 20 byte. Assume that the fragmentation offset value stored in the first fragment is 0. So the fragment offset value stored stored in the third fragment is? So for 54 our answer is 144. Similarly, you can see we have the last question, that is 55. Consider a simple communication system where multiple nodes are connected by shared broadcast minimum like Ethernet or wireless. The nodes in the system uses the following carrier sense based medium access protocol. A node that receives a packet to transmit will carrier sense the medium for 5 units of time. If the node does not detect any other transmission in the duration, it starts transmitting its packet in the next time unit. If the node detect another transmission, it waits until this other transmission finishes and then begin to carry sense for 5 times unit again. Once they start to transmit nodes to do perform any collision detection and continue transmission even if a collision occurs. All transmissions last for 20 unit of time. Assume that the transmission signal travels at the speed of 10 meters per unit time in the median. Assume that the system has two nodes P and Q located at a distant d matter from each other. P parts transmitting a packet at time t equals to 0. After successfully completing its carrier sense phase node, Q has a packet to transmit at time t equals to 0. Then begin to carrier sense the medium. The maximum distance d in meters rounded to the closest integer that allow Q to successfully avoid a collision between its proposed transmission and P's ongoing transmission is. So for 55, that is the last question. The answer is 50, that is 50. So yeah, this was all about this. Actually, this paper was too lengthy in terms of questions. So, but if you go for the solution, never get bothered about long question because sometimes they have short answer, right? So yeah, thanks for being with us. Thanks.